Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last plus 2 decades of my life. I'm Bryson POZ. I started off as a lifer in the federal system. Lifer is life without. When you get life, you're never gonna see home again. And at the time, I got sentenced to life without, and I got sentenced to 10 years more. So it's life and 10, you know, in the set of federal system. And you know, I'm gonna move into just one of the penitentiaries that I've been through. You know, that I've been through a few scuffles here, one of the biggest riots in Atwater history as well. You know, so this is like between 2015, 16, right around there. And, you know, there was a situation among the white boys and the paisas, the Mexicans. And, you know, we got involved because one of our homeboys, you know, his skin color, and he wanted to stand with one of his cousins that was in a white boy with the white boys. So, you know, and his name was Rodney Joseph, you know, and I used to look up to him because he's from my hometown and he's way older than me as well. So, and, you know, I know him when I was a little kid too. You know, I know his whole family, you know, just like I was raised with his whole family when I was a kid. So, you know, I used to look up to him, you know, and I still do in a way, you know. And but at that time when the team went down, it was just like he was gonna stay with his cousin, and we only had like 9 homeboys, Asian Islanders on the yard, and 3 or 4 natives, you know, because the natives run with us. So if you count with them, only had like maybe 13 of us, you know. So it wasn't the right time for us to actually stay on the yard and, you know, participate in this small situation was what was going on in the yard. But it actually turned out to a big situation. You know, this little thing just went blow out of proportion. You know, I don't really know all the details, what really went down and all that, but I know it was something over some kind of property the white boy lost, and you know, so and some kind of, you know, a Mexican found him and he sold all his property on the yard, and that's how all of this came about, you know. So when all of this was about to happen, you know, it was like a slow motion mode. So I started, you know, but I started looking around and seeing that, oh, something is going down on the yard, you know, because you can hear them, you know. You can actually just see everything that's so calm on the yard that the voices just come into whispers, and then from whispers to silent, you know. It's just like you can hear something drop, like a pin drop, and you can hear them tick, 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 you know. So I'm playing poker, you know, at the time on the yard, and they just call the West Side recall for go eat lunch, yard move. It was a move, and then they call a yard recall for lunch as well for the East Side. So they all come on the yard, you know, and they just call 6A to the yard. They was gonna shake down that whole unit, and all the homeboys from 6A, that's how we got a few homies more came onto the yard. So all of them had 5 of them from 6A came to the yard. And Ronnie Joseph was one of them. So that's how we came with 9 Asian Islanders on the yard. When they brought their 5 on the yard, we only had 4 homies on the yard with 4 natives, so I had 8 of us, and then they came. You know, that when picked the numbers up, but when that thing went down, you know, it happened so fast. Was so fast that thing would happen. But all I remember and recall that before that time when it happened, the action went down is I was playing, and then one of the homies came up to me. He said, "Hey, Rodney going to stay with his cousin." And you know, at the time, you know, my mind's like, what you talking about? Oh, Rodney said he going to stay with his cousin. So I got up from the table and I walked with the homie. I said, "What's he talking about?" He said, "Oh, Rodney cousin get problem with the Pisces." So I started looking around. As soon as he said that, I started looking around. You know, like me, I'm really, I can, like, you know, I can see action from far, you know. So I started looking, and you know, I know who run with the Pisces and all that. So that was a pretty big group, you know. Maybe 250 plus. 250 people was running with the Pisces, you know. That's how much Pisces had on the yard. With counting the backup they get, you know. So I walked down the track, and one of the homies, he telling me, "Oh, I got your handball." I said, yeah, here. I give him the 3 books, and I got the handball. I sent him into my unit with the homie on the other side, because he coming back down from education. So, and then the homie asking me, "Oh, what's going on, Bryce?" I said, "I don't even know, but Rodney talking about he gonna stay with his cousin. They gotta talk to a Pisces or something." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So the homie's like, "Yeah." So I walked down. As soon as I reached the area where I was playing poker, I see the homie on Mesa. So I walk up to him. I tell him, "Hey, what's up, bro? What's going on, bro?" He tell me, "Oh, Rodney said he gonna stay with his cousin, bro." And I said, "What's happening?" "I don't know, I guess they're beefing, bro, the Pisces and the white boys." So I kind of went look over, and I seen Rodney over there. So I kind of went veer off, and I want to act like I want to go talk to the homie Levy, you know. And I want to act like I was talking to Levy, but I want to veer off to Rod, you know. I want to go talk to Rod. I said, "What's up, cuz?" He said, "Hey, what's up, Bryce?" I said, "What's going on?" He said, "Yeah, I don't know. I guess my cousin gets one small problem with the Pisces over there. They're talking about something." And I said, "Oh yeah, what's happening?" And he said, "Well, I'm gonna stay with my cousin if anything go down." So I looked, and I told him, "Wait, those Pisces right there?" He said, "Yeah, that small group over there." And they had like 40 something of them. Then I told him, this is what I told him. I said, "It's not only them, you know, dog. It's the guys in the back of them. Try to look real good. You see them all back there." And I guess he would look good. And he said, "Oh, I mean, what?" And he's like, "Oh no, that's all Puerto Ricans, the Southsiders." And I said, "Dog, they're all on this yard. Well, the Pisces, this is all their allies. Just like how we allies with the natives. They're allies with all these other guys." So he was like, "Well, I'm not gonna know that." I said, well, brother, you know, that's the situation with the Pisces on right now. So I walk away from him, right? As I'm walking away from them, I see the guys on the bocce cart, some Pisces on a bocce cart. They got they're digging out knives, man, and they're over there passing them out, you know. They're passing out all these knives, and even these white boys, they try to go dig out the knives in his bag, and then how and whole Pisces went pulled away their bag with their knives inside, and they started passing the Pisces started passing around their knives. So now all of a sudden, get like 80 knives on the yard, and the first guys of all these guys in the front, all of these guys getting knives. You know what I mean? So I'm like, what? this is nuts. So I walked down, I walked down, did it more down on the track, and I grabbed one of these islanders. I told him, hey boy, come with me, boy, real quick. So he followed me, and then had 2 other natives. I told him, hey, come follow me real quick. So we walked to this pole right in the middle of the track, and I'm standing there, and they're looking at me, and they're telling me, well, what you thinking, bro? And I said, here, follow me. So we walked to the second yard, and I called the 6 homies was on that yard. You know, my mind was telling myself, what, should I go over here and grab these 6 homies in the middle yard? Or I should just let them stay over there, you know? Because only get a little bit of us on the yard, you know, for their safety too, you know? So I walk over there, I tell them, hey, come on, third yard over here. And they said, oh, bro, gonna have a scrap or something, gonna have all kind of action. I thought, no. Rodney gonna stay with his cousin, so if anything go down, we're gonna have to stay here with Rod. You know, it's up to you guys, if you guys like. And then they was like, oh, we'll stay because of you. If you're gonna stay, Bryce, we're gonna stay. I said, okay, we'll go, come on. So we all went over there and we stayed, we'll stand on this side against the fence, and the white boys are standing right here, you know, like this. Like a kitty corner, like this. And all I remember is big waves just started coming in. And as soon as I seen the 2 first guys try to stab my homeboy Rodney Joseph, I went into fight mode, you know. And I seen my homeboy Mesa. He started fighting a few of them, you know. And he ain't got no knife either, you know. And he's a little guy, you know. And he started fighting like 2 or 3 of them, you know. And so as soon as I see that, you know, I start going, and I'm not even picking my targets, bro. I'm just walking through targets. You know what I mean? I'm just walking through, like hitting them so hard that I just trying to kill them, you know, with one punch or one kick, you know. And I'm doing Superman kicks. I'm doing spin kicks that from the heavens. I'm just spinning them. I just jumping as high as I can. I just spinning them, and you know, every one I catching them, and I just walking through them, and I just firing 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I just walking through them, and guys just laying down, guys just falling, you know. And I get so far away from the homies, I look back, and as I turn, I know they're hitting me from the back, you know. I know they're hitting me, like stabbing me from the back, because I'm so far, you know. I'm like I corralled around there, but they're running from me. But as I turn around, they try to run back, you know what I mean? And so I turn back around, I start fighting them off again. Then I turn around and I walk back to the homies like this, and all of a sudden all these soda cans, they start, like full soda cans, they start getting flown and thrown towards us, you know what I mean? And we dodging them, boom, 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 and so they take us. So this happens like over 5 minutes, bro. Over 5 minutes. Nobody's shooting. The gun tower not shooting. The CO's not throwing no caution grenades. Nothing. All they're doing is just did it so, you know what I mean? They're just trying to, I can hear them saying, bring the live rounds, but they're not firing live rounds, you know what I mean? Just all weird stuff that's happening, but I'm fighting, you know what I mean? And I look around, and all I've seen is just white boys laying out, bro, you know, getting guttered, bro, you know? Like when I'm saying guttered, like getting stabbed on the ground. And you know, they only got like under 30 of them, you know, and they're getting slaughtered. So, and I'm looking over there and I'm like, what? You know what I mean? I'm hoping that none of my good white friends is in there, you know. As I look, I see a few of them behind my homies, you know. They're standing behind my homies, and my homies fighting, you know, Mesa, you know what I mean? And so I'm looking around in my mind process that Ronnie Joseph is on hammer. He come from Hawaii. He's from my side, you know. And I was thinking that he was going to be knocking out plenty people as well. But, you know, it's just that when you're in a situation and you see 80 guys with knives coming at you, you know, your mindset might think differently and hold back the actual animal in you, you know, and make you feel like, whoa, like this is on a whole new level. And, you know, like I said, you know, I did over 20 something years in a pen, you know, and I've seen it all. And, you know, at times you're gonna be scared, you know, people are gonna be scared of a knife. But when I see knives, it doesn't scare me for some reason, you know. It gives me that fire in me to challenge the person, you know, if he got a knife in front of me. So because, you know, like I said, I started off with a life sentence, so I didn't really have nothing to lose in the penitentiary, you know. So, and I always thought that the penitentiary was that was it, you know what I mean? That was the federal system. I never know I had on, you know, when I first came into the Fed system, I never know I had on camp, on medium low. You know, my mindset was like, when they would put me on the yard in the high, I said, man, this is how the Feds is. It's do or die. You know, you gotta survive. And that's how I would live for the last 20 something years. Survival mode, you know. Try to wake up every morning, 4:30 in the morning, 1 hour before they open the cell, suited and booted. Every morning, 4:30 in the morning, waiting for that door open, because you don't know which homie next door is on bad apple that would cause some kind of stuff that now we have to watch our back because of his ignorancy towards, you know what I mean? Like, if he did some group bad, that they gonna come try to come challenge us, you know. And that's how I would survive. Waking up early in the morning, getting ready, suited and booted. I had my steel toes on, ready to fight anytime, you know what I mean? And at any time, you know what I mean? That's how I would survive for the last. And all the things that we as an Asian Islander group been through, you know, we handle business, you know. We don't go halfway. We go all the way. And that's how we survived in a penitentiary. So after this riot, after all this riot was finished, you know, I was leaking, you know, I got stabbed, you know, I got stabbed a few times. Not a few times, but like, I would say over 9 times, maybe under 11 times I got stabbed. So when we went into the unit, I went go with me and Mesa went go in the same cell, and he would patch me up, you know, and we would go use a soap bar, because we had our spring soap bar, and he was actually taking out the soap and sticking them into the wound, because it was so big and long, you know. One of them went right through my whole arm. Like, you could actually see like through your arm like this. You know what I mean? And we're stuffing the soap inside of them. then we was patching him up. You know what I mean? And later that night, we Mesa got hit too by his spine, you know, and that's when they were when they was body checking us, and so yeah, you know, I can say that we survived that. You know, I was telling Mesa, I was like, damn dog, we didn't survive this one, dog, and he was like, hell yeah, and he was like, yeah, you see how small I am. But I attack him, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, homie, I seen him, you know what I mean? But, you know, that was just one of the incidents that we got into it, you know? And that was one of the biggest ones. Welcome to the USP.